What's up YouTube, Saf here on Super Saf TV, and in this video I'm going to be comparing the specs and features of the Sony Xperia Z3 to the iPhone 6 Plus. So the iPhone 6 Plus was just announced yesterday along with the iPhone 6, and Apple are now going for that phablet size market, that larger screen size. Now with the Sony side of things, they've got the Sony Xperia devices which they've had for some time. They tend to release a new one every 6 months, and the latest version, which was announced last week, is the Sony Xperia Z3. So what are the key differences between these two? Well, do hit that thumbs up button and let's find out in this head-to-head spec comparison. So initially starting with the size difference, the Sony Xperia Z3 comes in quite a bit smaller compared to the iPhone 6 Plus, 12.1mm in terms of height, 5.8mm in terms of width, and it's about 0.3mm thicker. So overall definitely more compact compared to the 6 Plus, but that does come down to the screen size. The Xperia Z3 has a 5.2 inch screen, whereas the iPhone 6 Plus has a 5.5 inch screen. Now even though we've got this difference in terms of sizes, it's a 0.3 inch larger screen, but it is definitely quite larger compared to other devices as well. I mean, if you put it into context, the Note 4 has a 5.7 inch screen, but the iPhone 6 Plus is still taller than the Note 4. So this is something just to bear in mind, that if you are looking for a larger screen but you want something a little bit more compact, and this will definitely play a part in it. Now in terms of the types of screens, you've got IPS LCD displays. They're slightly different technologies. You've got LED backlit technology on the 6 Plus, and then you've got live color LEDs on the Xperia Z3. Both very nice screens based on previous models. I've used and tested these lots of ways, and they are both great screens. I don't think you can have a problem with either of these. Now looking at the resolutions, both of these have a full 1080p resolution, so that's 1920 by 1080. Because of the different sizes of screens, you've got slight differences in PPI, around about 401 PPI on the iPhone 6 Plus, and roughly about 424 PPI on the Sony Xperia Z3. Now firstly, it's great to see that Apple have gone for a standard screen resolution. I hate when they go for some random numbers, like they've actually done that with the iPhone 6, 1334 by 750. I mean, a standard screen resolution is always the best. I mean, if you've got full HD, then full HD videos, pixel for pixel, are going to be looking absolutely great. The difference in PPI is very small, just 23-24 pixels between them two, so this won't be a huge deal. Now looking at the weight, the Xperia Z3 also comes in lighter compared to the iPhone 6 Plus, 20 grams lighter. Now this is because of that smaller screen size. Now the build, both of these have a very premium build. The iPhone 6 Plus, they've maintained an aluminium unibody design, so this is very premium. It's slightly different to previous models. You've got a curved back now rather than the flat chamfered edges. Now with the Sony Xperia Z3, you've got a metal frame with glass panels on the front and the back. This is something they've continued over from previous models. It definitely looks and feels very premium, so I think on the premium factor, both of these get a thumbs up. Now the advantage that you've got with the Xperia Z3 is that it's IP65 and 68 water and dust resistant. So this is one of the highest ratings that you can get on any smartphone right now. So you can get some water on it, and you can actually put it right underwater and actually get some video footage underwater and things with the Xperia Z3. You're not going to be able to do that with the iPhone 6 Plus. Now looking at the internals, the processors, so the Xperia Z3, you've got the Snapdragon 801 processor clocked at 2.5 GHz quad core. With the iPhone 6 Plus, you've got the Apple A8 processor. Now they've not specified exactly what the clock speed is. We're looking at roughly about 1.4 GHz dual core, and this is the 64-bit chip however, so I know it might seem like the edge definitely goes to the Xperia Z3 here, but we will have to put these side by side because they also use different operating systems. Now the iPhone 6 Plus also has a separate processor, which is the M8 motion co-processor, which measures motion data separately from the main processor. Now looking at the RAM, the Xperia Z3 has 3GB of RAM. The iPhone 6 Plus, they've not specified it, but you're looking at about 2GB of RAM on here. We will have to put these side by side to see which one multitasks better with the RAM. In terms of the different storage versions available, the Xperia Z3 comes in either the 16 or the 32GB versions. With the iPhone 6 Plus, you've got 16, 64 and 128GB, so they've ditched the 32GB version. So you do have more options here on the iPhone 6 Plus, but the Sony Xperia Z3 does have a micro SD card slot, which which you can expand up to 128 gigabytes. This is not available, and it never has been available on the iPhone devices, so definitely an advantage here on the Xperia Z3. Even if you go for the 16 gig version and get a 128 gig card, you're going to have more storage on the Xperia Z3 than the largest version of the iPhone 6 Plus, and it's definitely going to work out a lot cheaper as well, because memory cards are a lot cheaper compared to the different storage versions of the iPhone 6 Plus. Now looking at the cameras, the Xperia Z3, you've got a 20.7 megapixel rear-facing camera. Now this has the same sensor size as many other compact cameras out there, so definitely a big plus here, that high resolution. On the iPhone 6 Plus, you've still got an 8 megapixel rear-facing camera, so resolution wise the Sony Xperia Z3 definitely has an edge here. So we are going to have to put these side by side to see actual results. The advantage that you've got with the iPhone 6 Plus is that it has optical image stabilization. This is something that you've not got on the Z3. You've got digital image stabilization. The iPhone 6 Plus also has phase detection autofocus. This is something new that they've done based on previous models, so focusing should be faster based on previous models, but focusing on the Sony devices is also very, very fast. Now, another key thing that you've got on the Xperia Z3 is ISO up to 12,800. This is the highest on any smartphone out there right now. A key factor here for low light performance is definitely going to be beneficial. Now, in terms of video, the Sony Xperia Z3 can film up to 4K, so that's 2160p. That's an amazing resolution for a smartphone to do, and you've also got 720p at 120 frames a second. Now with the iPhone 6 Plus, they've stuck to 1080p, so you've got 1080p up to 60 frames a second, but one improvement that they have made is 720p at 240 frames a second. Now this is a key factor for me, because that slow motion is going to be absolutely awesome, and you're going to be able to get some great shots with that super slow motion. Now in terms of the front-facing cameras, the Xperia Z3 has a 2.2 megapixel front-facing camera, which is capable of filming 1080p HD. With the iPhone 6 Plus, they've stuck to a 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera, which is only capable of filming 720p HD. Now, quality-wise, we will have to put these side by side, but I am disappointed that iPhone have not increased the resolution here. Apple have stuck to the 1.2 megapixel sensor. It is slightly larger, so you are going to be able to capture more light. You've got a lower aperture compared to the previous models, but still that resolution is pretty low for me. Now, in terms of the operating systems, the Xperia Z3 comes with Android KitKat 4.4.4. Now, it does have Sony's UI on top, so that means you're going to have to wait for updates from Sony. You're not going to be able to get them directly from Google. The iPhone 6 Plus comes with iOS 8 out the box, and you're going to be getting updates directly from Apple. In terms of which one's better, that will come down to personal preference. Now, looking at some additional features, the iPhone 6 Plus comes with the Lightning connector firstly, so this can be inserted either way, but it is quite expensive and it's not universal. With the Sony Xperia Z3, you are going to be able to use your standard micro USB connector, which is universal, and is roughly about quarter of the price when you go to put these side by side in terms of if you want to get a good quality cable. The iPhone 6 Plus also comes with Touch ID, which I believe is the best fingerprint reading technology on any smartphone out there. You can do it in any angle or anything. You don't have to swipe or anything. So they've continued that over from the iPhone 5S, and they've got it on the iPhone 6 as well. But they've also got Apple Pay now, so Apple are partnering with lots of different providers to be able to give you quick access to payments, which you can authorize with Touch ID. So that's great to see. Now with the Sony Xperia Z3, the unique feature that you've got in here is PS4 remote play. So if you've got a PlayStation 4, you can remotely play that on your Xperia Z3, so you can connect onto your PS4. The game will be on the PS4, but you're going to be able to play it from anywhere in your house on the Wi-Fi connection, which is a great feature, especially if you want to play games, say for example from your bedroom, whereas your PS4 is downstairs. So definitely going to appeal to lots of the gamers out there. You've got stereo front-facing speakers, which you don't have on the iPhone 6 Plus. So in terms of sound, there's an advantage on here, and you've also got built-in noise cancelling technology that Sony have incorporated. So Sony have definitely paid some attention to the audio side of things. Now looking at the batteries, the Sony Xperia Z3 has a 3100 mAh battery, which isn't removable. The iPhone 6 Plus, they've not specified the exact size of the battery here. We're going to have to see this when people actually get it opened up to see the exact milliamps. In terms of usage, we are going to have to put these side by side. Sony are claiming that you can get 2 full days usage on the Xperia Z3. Now, based on my experience of using the Xperia Z2, I can definitely agree with that in terms of medium use, you can push it to about 2 days. That was with the Xperia Z2, so the Xperia Z3 has been improved on that as well. Usage wise, in terms of the iPhone 6 Plus, because it's not out yet, we've not had hands-on time, so we can't really tell how long it's going to be lasting. Now finally, looking at the price, the Xperia Z3, you're going to be able to pick it up for roughly about £550 here in the UK, around about $650 in the US. Now this is going to be the price for the off-contract SIM free versions. Just to give you an idea of the value of the device, and it's going to be coming in October. The iPhone 6 Plus, you're going to be looking at roughly about £620 in the UK or $750 in the US. This is for the base 16GB model. So you are going to be paying considerably more for the iPhone 6 Plus compared to the Sony Xperia Z3. The iPhone 6 Plus is going to be coming on the 19th of September. So those are the key differences between the Sony Xperia Z3 and the iPhone 6 Plus. Now both are going to be very, very popular, no doubt about that. This is a new screen size that Apple are trying out, so it'll be interesting to see what the response is. Sony have been going for that 5-inch plus screen for quite some time now. Now which one is better is going to come down to personal preference. Which one do you think is better? Do drop me a comment below and let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, as always, please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. Why not subscribe to the channel? I've got plenty more content coming up on here. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on Super Saf TV. I'll see you next time. If you want to see more regular videos like this one, then be sure to hit the subscribe button, which will be below. If you're on a mobile device, it may be somewhere else. If you want to see my previous related video, then hit the link right here. If you want to stay in touch over Facebook, Twitter and Google+, then all of the addresses will be there somewhere, as well as direct links in the description below. Okay, if you're still watching, then that means you've not done one of those things, so, you know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna go downstairs. See. Okay. There isn't really a downstairs. Anyway, so yeah.